Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to look at whole numbers, but not as some boring school subject. Nope, we're going to treat them like a set of powerful tools. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to see them in a whole new light. So, let me start by asking you something. Do you see math as just another subject you have to get through? Something you memorize for a test and then just forget about? But what if it's not that at all? What if it's actually more like a toolbox? A really powerful set of tools that you can use to solve actual problems, build incredible things, and really understand how the world works. So, yeah, let's crack open that toolbox together and unlock some of these secrets to becoming a brilliant problem solver. And I'm not just talking about school stuff. These are tools for your everyday life, whether you're at the market or maybe even planning a huge project in Abuja. All right, first up in our toolbox is a really cool one I like to call the number shrinker. And its job is pretty straightforward. It takes those massive, kind of scary numbers and just, well, shrinks them down so they're easy to handle. Now, the official name for this tool is standard form, and you'll see the core idea here is actually really simple. Just think of it like a shortcut, for dealing with those gigantic figures you might see from the central bank, or say the population count for a city like Lagos. Let's take an example. The distance from Lagos to Kano, it's about 1,000,000 meters. That's a lot of zeros, right? Well, with standard form, look how clean and manageable that becomes. It's the exact same number, just written way more efficiently. And the best part? It's super simple to use. Seriously. For those big numbers, you just hop the decimal point over to the left. For tiny little decimals, you hop it to the right. And the number of hops you make? That becomes your power of 10. That's it. Simple. Okay. Let's grab our next tool. This one is like a number x-ray. Its job is to peer inside any number and show us what it's really made of, right down to its core. So these fundamental building blocks, they're called prime factors. Think of them like the basic ingredients in a recipe that you just can't break down any further. Every single whole number out there is built from these special prime numbers. All right, time to test out our x-ray. Let's point it at the number 60. What do you think is hiding inside? Okay, the first scan reveals one layer. 60 is 2 times 30. But wait, 30 isn't a prime number, right? So we've got to go deeper. So the X-ray dives another level. That 30, it breaks down into 2 times 15. We're getting closer, but 15? Nope, that's not prime either. And bingo, there we have it. We've finally hit the core components, 2, 2, 3, and 5. All of these are prime numbers. These are the true, undividable building blocks of 60. So we can write this out nice and clean as 2 squared times 3 times 5. This right here, this is the unique prime signature of the number 60. Our X-ray found it. Okay, now for a pair of tools that are kind of like partners. They're often used together. One is for timing things perfectly, and the other is for sharing things out fairly. Okay, first up, let's talk about the synchronizer, or what you might know as LCM. This tool is amazing for figuring out when events are going to line up again. Think about 2 Danfo buses on different routes. When will they both get back to the park at the exact same time? That's LCM. And then you've got its partner, the fair share, or HCF. This tool is all about dividing different kinds of items into the biggest possible equal groups with nothing left over. Super useful. All right, we've covered timing and sharing. Now let's move on to building and planning. Our last tool for today is what I'm calling the blueprint tool. And it's all about understanding physical space, area, and, the foundations of different shapes. Okay, let's see this thing in action. Imagine you're looking at a blueprint for a perfectly square plot of land. And you can see right there on the plan that each side is exactly 9 meters long. So, the big question is, how much space is actually inside that square? What's the total area? And this is where our blueprint tool is perfect. We just square the side length. So 9 times 9, that gives us 81 square meters. Easy. And get this, it works in reverse too. The square root would let us find that 9-meter side if all we knew was the area. It's just a beautifully simple tool for anyone in construction or design. All right, let's do a quick inventory. You've now got the number shrinker, the number X-ray, the synchronizer, the fair share, and the blueprint tool. Your math toolbox is officially stocked. So you know what that means? It's time to put it to the test. So here's your challenge. Picture this. A market trader has 18 oranges and 24 mangoes. Now, she wants to arrange them in equal groups. But here's the catch, without mixing the fruits. Your job is to figure out the largest possible number of fruits she can put in each group with none left over. So, take a look at your new toolbox. To solve this puzzle, a puzzle all about dividing different things into the largest possible equal groups, which tool are you going to reach for? Do you need the synchronizer for figuring out when things meet up? Or do you need the fair share for dividing things out perfectly? Think about it. That right there is the power of knowing you have the right tools for the job.